Politico takes a closer look at the Russian ambassador at the center of the controversy surrounding Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Sessions failed to disclose 2 meetings with Sergey Kislyak during his Senate confirmation hearing. The FBI is investigating whether people associated with the Trump campaign colluded with Russian officials before the election. Russia's foreign minister this morning called this scandal a witch hunt. Jan Crawford shows us the influential ambassador. Who is he, Jan? Good morning.
Well, good morning. So counterintelligence agencies, Gayle, are always suspicious of Russian officials here in the U.S., and there is routine surveillance of them. In fact, Kislyak has been on the FBI's radar for some time, and now he's at the center of controversy involving the Trump administration's contacts with Russia.
It's not my first time in the States, and I lived here in the Cold War.
For nearly a decade, Sergey Kislyak has been Russia's link to Washington. The 66-year-old joined the Russian government in the 70s during the heart of the Cold War.
In a way, he's a man behind enemy lines.
Politico's Michael Crowley describes Kislyak as Washington's most dangerous diplomat.
He is Vladimir Putin's man in Washington at a time when Putin is one of the great villains. His job primarily is to gather information and report back to Moscow.
Over the years, he's met with senators and top officials.
Welcome.
And in recent months with then U.S. Senator Jeff Sessions, who said Thursday he did not meet with the ambassador as a Trump campaign surrogate. But Kislyak did speak with several members of the Trump administration, including the president's son-in-law and close advisor, Jared Kushner. A senior White House official confirmed Kushner and General Mike Flynn briefly spoke with the ambassador at Trump Tower in December. The meeting, which the White House described as an inconsequential hello, came around the time Kushner and Flynn met with dozens of other diplomats. Flynn stepped down last month as National Security Advisor after failing to disclose to then Vice President-elect Pence the entire truth about phone calls he had with Kislyak before the election. And on Thursday night, former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page said he also had contact with the ambassador. The two spoke at the Republican National Convention.
I'm not going to deny that I talked with him. Although
So you did talk to him?
I will say that I never met him anywhere outside of Cleveland.
You have Trump officials who have been shown to have given inaccurate accounts of their contacts with the Russian ambassador. So really no one is saying it's inherently unacceptable that they had these contacts or conversations. Why were they giving accounts that just don't square up with the facts?
Now, Kislyak has met with numerous lawmakers, including senior Democrats, and not every appearance is a red flag. For example, he was spotted earlier in the week at President Trump's speech to Congress, but the House Sergeant-at-Arms invites the entire diplomatic corps. In fact, they set aside about 100 seats just for diplomats. Norah?
All right, Jan Crawford at the Russian embassy, thank you. There's no doubt an effort going on within the White House and top advisors to see if there's any other meetings that need to be disclosed.
It's been a long time since a Russian ambassador has been in the spotlight quite like this one.
Yeah. You were a correspondent in Moscow, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. And I mean, veteran diplomats like this who speak English as well as he did in those days were quite suspicious.
Yeah.
But so the suspicion is understood, you know.